So, the best boards. Now, this is from a business point of view, right? And this is General Electric. The best boards are built around themes the customer values, not the firm. And they're often for a specific purpose. So in this case, it's to tell you that they support women's issues, right? And let's see what else we've got here. They've got something related to health, which is not necessarily what you'd expect to find on GE's site, would you? But they're trying to give you a visual impression that GE is a pretty nice company. They care about the community, they care about other issues, and they're doing it very subtly by the pictures that they take. And so they have a bunch of things related to women and in health and eco-efficiency, and they did that very in a calculated way, right? They want to project a certain kind of feel for who they are. And using SEO words, I don't know if they did that or not. Probably in some of these things they did. So that's one example. It's built around a theme, and it isn't what you'd expect out of GE, is it? I mean, you know, you'd expect GE to be having a picture of each of its products, and they don't. So another way you can have a really great board is to provide a resource for an age group. So you can have young people, you can have older people. In this case, AARP wants to be the place where people who retire above retirement age 50 and older can go to find information. I can find information on Social Security, movies for grown-ups, 50-plus technology, blah, blah, blah. You get the drift. And they actually don't have very many followers given the size of their market and their audience. But at least they're moving in the right direction. And it's just a way to do it. So, you know, with all of these tools, I'm always asked, well, what tool do I start on? And, you know, what do I do from there? The answer has to be a function of where your customers hang out and what you have a feel for. What sort of appeals to you? If you're going to be the one doing it in particular, you know, you're going to have to relate to it. And if you don't write, blogging probably won't be the best way. So these are the boards on Social Security. And if I want to learn, do you remember I told you when I started blogging? I don't know if I did tell you, but I got calls from all over the world. And they were really good calls. And it was ridiculous. I thought, how are they finding me? They were typing in social media and zap. And that happens on any of them, but Facebook is a closed community, and it is a community where it's the people you know and the people they know. It isn't necessarily the people in the world who are looking for ethnic art or Social Security. Another kind of a Pinterest board, and Adobe does this really well. They have very good communities at Adobe, and the communities are for learning how to use a particular tool, whatever that tool is. But here, they're using Pinterest. They just started. They already have 2,700 plus followers, and they're basically showing you what you can do with their tools by showing you really cool pictures. And does somebody mind being promoted to that way? No, not at all. In fact, they probably want to be able to do that too. So that's a very good example of a corporate kind of education thing, yeah.
For an education site like this or a resource one, what do you get here that you don't have on your website? In other words, your website is organized.
Your website, I have to know, you know, so your website, first of all, I have to know that there is this website. In your case, Kirk, somebody would put in words like ethics, and they'd find you in a minute, right? But they might not find what they need in a minute. And so what happens is, on this board, if you decided to use it, you could have ethics. Give me a subject, you know.
Business ethics.
Business ethics.
Nursing ethics.
Right. And you could have boards on that visually, and then some nurse is punching in even nurse. They're not even punching in ethics. And they find you and they say, cool, I can do ethics.
Easier to pin things on this than it would be to load to my website.
They serve a very different purpose. Your website is very, very content rich, but it's not necessarily easily accessible today. Do you know what I mean? It's there like a mountain of data. It's not there like socially shared things. So, again, ethics for nurses. I come trolling along on a social media tool. That means I not only like it, I pin it to, I put it on Facebook. All of my friends see. Half of my friends are nurses. Cool, there's something for nurses on ethics. It passes. There's a viral effect. Your website doesn't allow you to do that today. When you revise it sometime, you can put in some social stuff in it, but today. Okay. So, and it can be built, obviously, around a theme. This is energy information design. Now, I don't know who this person is, but let's assume that this person is passionate about saving energy, or maybe he's an engineer that works with energy. He's not saying, buy my services. He's sort of putting together information that might be of interest to the homeowner. And again, you've got to try it to see how powerful it is. Now, it's not going to be powerful if people find your content boring or self-serving. And this guy is truly remarkable. This is an individual guy. He's a nerd who's interested in fashion and culture, right? And he lives in Seattle, and he has, this many boards. He's got like over 500,000 followers. When I saw it, I almost fell off my chair. Gee, he had how many? So, but people, whoever it is that follows him, and of course he's become a celebrity as a result of this. I mean, anybody who can get 600,000 followers is pretty impressive, right? So he tags things that obviously he has an eye, and people like the eye, whoever those people are.